Hello and welcome to Dave's model review of the month for September 2016. The loco up for review this month is a Bachmann Class 37, number 37417, and this is in the BR Blue Large Logo livery and it's named Highland Region. The Bachmann code for this is 32-377DS. It's a sound fitted loco. Now, this loco's been in my fleet for a couple of years now, but I've never really did a detailed review of it, and it's one of my favourite locos. It was my first sound fitted loco as well that I bought for the layout, I think back in 2014. So let's have a look at it. Okay, the Bachmann model itself is a good model. It's a 21 pin DCC fitted with sound, and it's an impressive performer on the track. Good power, good traction, and it's quite a weighty loco as well. The body is very accurately produced. With the Bachmann 37s, they have an individually fitted nose piece, and you can just about see the join between the nose and the vents there. This is so that Bachmann can produce centre head coated variants as well as the older variants, 37 zeros, etc. And you know, you wouldn't really notice it unless you were looking for it. I suppose what hides it nicely on this model is that it's got the black roof on its nose, so it's it's not easy to pick out. The silver roof is lovely. It really sets off this large logo livery, and if I get up on the thing there, you can see the vent through the roof as well. It doesn't rotate, but it was only the Hornby models that had rotating fans, and they were a draw on the performance of the loco. So Bachmann have stuck with just the decorative feature there. The bogies are nicely produced as well. Nice little bits of detail, footsteps, etc. to get up to the cab for the driver. The vents at the side are nicely produced, along with the grille at the side there, with the diagonal bar running across it as well as per the prototype. The driver is in the number 1 end, as with all Bachmann locos. I think they're the only manufacturer that really fit drivers in them, which is a good thing if you're having the loco moving around the layout. But however, if it's sitting in a depot or whatever, you could really do with the driver being out sometimes. I suppose what you lose in the corners you make up on the straights, so there's pros and cons to having the driver in the cab. This particular model has got the nose fitted aerials, which I'll come to shortly, and I've also fitted the snow ploughs, which was quite common on the Highland 37s, obviously because you're going up through remote areas. High altitude snowfall in the winter was a real possibility. The thing with the 37s on the Bachmann is there's not a lot of room or holes in the buffer beam to fit extra detail, or there might be holes but there's no detail provided with the model. I suppose you could get other bits and pieces, pipes, etc. To fit on, and then even drill holes for them. But it's pretty limited what you could stick on the front of a 37 using the bag of goodies that they get with the model. This particular one's got sprung buffers, which is good. Some people see it as a gimmick. It might add a couple of pounds to a model, but I'd rather have it than not. Just my personal preference. The Highland Region nameplate, I have not fitted the etched plates. I do have them, but I've not fitted the etched plates on any of them on my models. I'm paranoid about making a mess with the glue. I have read and seen people fit them with double-sided tape, which I suppose is the cleanest way to do it, but I've just never got around to it. It's not something that I'm really that in a hurry to do. I said the large logo is a lovely livery anyway, but it really suits the 37 and the 47, and the black window surrounds and nose cover. It really is a stunning loco. So I'll show you it running the track shortly, and we'll get it pulling some coaches, and you'll hear some of the sounds. One or two things on the model that I have kind of been told and picked up on myself is that Just above the head code box there should be a lamp bracket, but this doesn't seem to be there on the model. You know, and some people think the front windows are a bit weak and can do a bit more detail. You know, again, it's all down to personal preference. If you're a 37 aficionado, no doubt there's more things there that aren't, you know, totally prototypically correct. However, you know, it's a good model. And I see Bachmann are introducing another large logo, Mary Queen of Scots, so I'll be looking forward to seeing that release as well. Okay, let's go and have a look at 37417 in its kind of real life history. Okay, 37417 was painted in this livery when it was converted to a 37.4 at Crew Works in November 85. It carried its livery until 1990 when it was painted into mainline livery, which was a very mixed traffic livery for locos that could do freight or passenger trains. The mainline livery was similar to that of the intercity livery, but the intercity livery would have had a white band along the bottom as opposed to the kind of beige colour. The Highland Region nameplate was fitted on 16 December 1985, and it was unveiled to coincide with the introduction of the radio electronic token block, which was a fitting of the aerials on the nose. So in essence it didn't require on single line workings, for example, and passing loops, no extensive need for signal boxes, signal men, etc. Especially in the remote areas of the Scottish Highlands. What kind of trains could this loco actually be found on between 85 and 90? Well, it was often seen with loco-hauled passenger trains, usually Mark 1s or Mark 2s in blue-grey livery. Also, it did pull some Mark 2s in green and cream livery, which did the Inverness to Kyle of Lochaush services, and I think Bachmann had those released individually and as commissioned sets, and I think it was part of the recent large logo 37 train pack that they released as well. It could also be found on some sleeper services, and in its freight workings a variety of fuel tanks were hauled to Inverness, and also cement tanks, and it did some metals traffic as well while working for Freightliner. That's kind of a summary of the real thing, and I've obviously covered bits and pieces of the model. Now let's see some of this wonderful loco in action on my layout.